Hey, how's it going, guys? So today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 different methods that you might be able to use to help get you some money on free-to-play worlds inside RuneScape 3. So to start off, I'd like to share the short bow method, which is coming to grab your own flax, and it's basically self-sufficient. You gather all the resources, and then you craft the short bows and sell them off for pure profit. So you would come and grab the flax. This is over in Talvery, and then you would just run around and chop up some trees and get the logs and craft them into short bows, and that way you're also progressing your account and getting XP if you don't really have that much on the levels, but if not, then no worries. Well, if you do, then no worries. But yeah, you craft them into the short bows from the logs, and then you bring the flaxes over to the spinner, craft them into the bowstrings, and then you string the bows for the short bows, and they run for about 2.5k, and I made about 10 of them, so that's about 25k just off that little bit of time. And if you spend a little bit more time, you're sure to get a lot of money off that. But up next, we do have mining clay rocks and turning them into water. That one's pretty self-explanatory. You just get the clay rocks out of Talvery Mine, and then you bring them over to the well and make them wet, and you get wet clay, put them into your bank, and then you can sell them off later for a ridiculous amount of money. And the iron ores right now are at a pretty high price as well, and if you get the silver ore with it, or steel ore, and make steel bars or smelt them, then that's a really good way for money and smithing XP as well. So if you're looking to just get your mining and smithing up, then this would be an excellent way to just get a little bit of money going. And then you can move up to the gold rocks, which would be next, and you needed 40 mining to do gold rocks and mine gold, and you'll mine the gold rocks from over an Alcard, and you'll just run up and mine some of the uncommon stones, uncommon gemstones, and then you'll be able to run down to the bank everything, and whenever you go to the next smithing place, you can craft jewelry, and you'll basically just be crafting the gold amulet, not the amulets, but the necklaces that are used for porters. And you won't really know that it's used for porters if you're playing in free to play, but even if you don't, you can still make items that are used in members world that have demand, that you can benefit from or just make currency from. So there's items that are still going to be bought because people use them in members world, so that's always something to think about. And so for my final method, I wanted to talk about the mining rune and luminite, making up to 12 million per hour for free to play. This is a viable method. However, it takes a bit more time when you self-resource the materials. But however, if you were to theoretically self-resource these materials, then you can make up to 12 mil per hour. It's just whether you want to put in the time and just get the resources and make the rune bars all at once, because you'll make majority of your money from smelting the rune bars. And through the rune bars, the smithing or smelting, creating them, is how you'll get majority of your money, through the way it gives you like an extra one when you smelt it, or like you have a chance to get an extra one. That's how you'll get a lot of the money that'll come from off this as well. So it pays off to collect the resources yourself. If you have the phone on mobile, or if you're doing this on mobile, then that's the perfect activity that I would recommend, is just do a little bit of mining, because I've saved my butt just off mining plenty of times, and that's carried me a long way. I've made a ton of money off mining in members worlds, and I'm trying to make a little bit in free to play world, so I can kind of see what's going on in it and share the information with you guys, and hopefully you guys can learn as well and make a little bit of money yourselves, so we can go PvP or go do whatever, I don't know. Anyways, if you like this content and this has helped you at all, please consider subscribing, and you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.